Please allow my words to be your words as I speak in the first person for my prayer. I recognize there is only one power, one presence that I call God. God is the source of love and wisdom. Sit comfortably in your chair. Close your eyes. You are in a safe space. Rest your hands on your lap. Take a comfortable, deep breath through your nose, feeling your abdomen expand. Hold it for a moment, then exhale. Slowly through your mouth, letting go of any tension. Picture a warm golden light glowing in the center of your chest. This light represents love, pure and unconditional. Silently repeat to yourself, I am made for loving and being loved. Every time you repeat this in your mind, imagine the light expanding, filling your entire body with warmth and peace. Now visualize this golden light radiating outwards, encompassing your surroundings. Imagine it reaching out to loved ones, friends, and especially those you may find challenging. Take a moment to feel gratitude for the connections in your life, acknowledging that love flows freely from you and to everyone around you. Slowly bring your awareness back to your breath. Now take a gentle breath. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, bringing with you the sense of love and connection. And as you go about your day, remember, you are made for loving. You can return to this meditation whenever you need to reconnect with that energy. Namaste.
One of us. In your eyes, it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. There is only one of us. In your eyes, it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one.
Please allow my words to be your words as I speak in the first person for my prayer. I recognize there is only one power, one presence that I call God. God is the source of love and wisdom, and I know it is in and throughout my entire being. And as I know this is true for me, it is also true for each one of you, as we are a reflection of each other as unconditional love. I envision my life filled with love, harmony, and purpose. May this reality manifest in my actions, thoughts, and interactions with every earthling. Everywhere I look, I see love in action, and I'm so very grateful. I recognize what I'm grateful for opens my heart to receive even more. I'm grateful for the love that surrounds me, for the lessons learned, and for the blessings yet to come. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you that chose to show up here and online. Thank you. I am grateful for this center called the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living, a place to gather together. Thank you. I'm grateful for all our ministers, the ministry of prayer team that nurtured me on my journey with this teaching. I'm grateful for Patty and Dave for providing music to move our souls. Thank you. I'm grateful for Yvonne, Julius, and Caitlin for bringing each service to everyone who cannot be here in person. Thank you. And finally, I'm so grateful for this teaching that allows me to live a life that is so magnificent and taught me to love everyone. Thank you. I now release my word into this perfect law that always says, yes, beloved. And so it is. Namaste. Namaste.
Thank you, Kathy. I miss you. We miss you, Kathy. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Oh. Are you awake? Because I am. Woo. Too loud. Too loud. That's killing me. That's loud. Wow. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. Sing with me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. I accept things the way they are. Yeah. I accept things the way they are now. you please say with us, God bless America and the rest of the world, and turn to a neighbor and say good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Something wonderful is
Is there anyone here for the first time? Hi. Hi there. How'd you hear about us?
My mom.
Your mom. Hi, thank you, Mom. What's your name?
Mom is Katie and I'm Jessica.
Mom is Mom and you're Jessica. Thank you for being here. Anyone else? You know, last week I know I usually do it the first Sunday of the month, but I feel like I missed a couple of birthdays for June. Who is having a birthday in June? Oh, wow, see, yeah. Okay, Patty loves to sing happy birthday.
It's my favorite. Please join me.
His birthday too. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear loved ones.
You're my family.
Happy birthday to you. Yes, happy birthday. So happy to go over. I know. I have my name tag. I'm Reverend Cheryl Bell, co-senior minister, along with my sister, Reverend Stacy Hilton, and it is not our birthday month. All right, not yet, not yet. All right, it's Dave's birthday too.
It is coming up.
Coming up.
What's the date?
24 or 25.
25? It could be 24.
20-something.
Someone break in there. Pushed out between the 24th and 25th.
Oh, I know. Okay, no comments. All right, thank you all for being here. No matter where you're on your spiritual path, we'll always welcome you. Thank you. And we have a video and power talk coming up.
We have 2 videos.
To understand why today matters, we have to go back. Back to January 1st, 1863. That's when President Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation took effect, declaring that all enslaved people in Confederate states were, and henceforth shall be, free. But freedom on paper and freedom in practice are 2 different things. In places like Texas, news didn't travel. In many cases, it was intentionally withheld. Until June 19, 1865, when Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas, Major General Gordon Granger announced General Order No. 3. The words were simple, and they were world-changing. The people are informed that, in accordance with a proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. Over 250,000 people still enslaved in Texas finally heard those words for the first time. The following year, 1866, the newly freed people of Texas organized the first Juneteenth celebration. They called it Jubilee Day. They gathered, they feasted, they dressed in their finest clothes, something they had been forbidden to do under slavery. As Black families migrated across the country, they carried Juneteenth with them. But the story doesn't end with celebration. It never does. After the 13th Amendment formally abolished slavery in December 1865, Black Americans faced a new fight for equal citizenship, for the right to vote, for education, and for safety. Jim Crow laws rose up to replace the chains with different ones. Juneteenth celebrations were suppressed. For decades, the holiday faded from mainstream awareness, but it never died. It lived in families, in churches, in communities who refused to let their history be erased. The civil rights movement of the 1960s brought Juneteenth back into the light. And in 1980, Texas became the first state to make it an official holiday. 41 years later, in 2021, President Biden signed the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act, making June 19th a federal holiday for the very first time. And now, we honor that history not just by remembering, but by gathering. Because Juneteenth isn't just about the past, it asks something of us in the present, to learn, to listen, to reflect, and to celebrate freedom, not as something finished, but as something we continue to shape together.
Hours of June 28, 1969, a riot broke out in front of the Stonewall Inn in New York City. In the early morning hours of June 28, 1969, a riot broke out in front of the Stonewall Inn in New York City. The violent protest became known as the Stonewall Riots. The Stonewall Riots were a watershed moment in the gay rights movement, sparking activism and awareness across the United States. We'll look at the roots of the riots, the events, and their lasting impact. In the 1950s and 60s, homosexuality was still considered sodomy and illegal in 49 states. The punishments varied greatly by state, ranging from heavy fines to imprisonment. In society, members of the gay community were often subject to violence, harassment, and discrimination. In New York City, gay bars were havens for people with diverse sexual orientations and gender identities, places where they could avoid harassment and violence. The Stonewall Inn served as a popular refuge. The Stonewall Inn was owned by the mafia. The mafia bribed the police to look the other way. In turn, the mafia made money overcharging patrons for drinks. Even so, the patrons were not fully safe from homophobia and discrimination. The mafia would extort wealthy patrons, threatening to out them to their employers and families. Despite the mafia's bribes, the police still regularly raided the Stonewall Inn and other gay bars, charging them with solicitation of homosexual relations. Trans and other gender nonconforming people were also targeted, subjected to violence, and arrested if they weren't wearing what the police deemed gender-appropriate clothing. This oppression and mistreatment came to a head in the early morning hours of June 28, 1969. 9 police officers entered the Stonewall Inn in a raid. The patrons were fed up. As the police roughly tried to arrest bartenders and customers, many resisted. Outside the bar, people in the hundreds began rioting. They threw bottles at the police and pushed through the barricades. The police officers retreated from the crowd and locked themselves inside the Stonewall Inn. Rioters responded by setting the bar on fire. Police reinforcement arrived, and the original officers managed to get out of the burning bar. Meanwhile, the angry mob had grown into thousands. Eventually, the police were able to get the crowd to disperse, but it didn't last long. The riots continued until July 1st. While some criticized the violent and destructive riots, others pointed to the brutality and unjust treatment of the gay community. This large-scale defiance made a massive impact on society. The Stonewall Riots were the beginning of the modern gay liberation movement, which also brought attention to others marginalized for their sexual or gender orientation. The riots sparked the formation of the Gay Liberation Front, the first group to publicly advocate for equal gay rights. On the 1-year anniversary of the riots, they also organized the first Gay Pride Parade. Today, Pride events are still held on the anniversary of the Stonewall Riots in cities around the country and even the world. In 2016, President Obama made the Stonewall Inn and the area outside where the riots broke out a national monument. This became the first national monument celebrating gay history. The Stonewall riots may have been violent, but they marked a pivotal moment in history. No longer would people quietly endure the stigma associated with their sexual and gender orientations. Through the Stonewall riots, the gay rights movement gained mainstream visibility and a momentum that continues to this day.
Those are two powerful videos. And what we see there is fighting against discrimination. Now take that in for a minute. In that second video, I stand on the shoulders of all those people. What were they fighting for? The right to be their authentic selves? The right to love themselves? The right to love anyone they chose to love? Fighting for respect? I have a question for you. Suppose the norm for the worldwide population was to be homosexual. How do you think the heterosexuals would feel? Wouldn't they want the right to marry and love whomever they chose to be with? Wouldn't they want the right to be their authentic selves? To be accepted and have respect?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. When we walk in someone else's shoes, it gives us the capability to better understand their plight. We become more compassionate. Weren't we all taught to love thy neighbor? And that doesn't mean only the neighbors who look like you, or only the neighbors who believe what you believe, or dress like you dress, or think like you think. No. It means you love and accept everyone. Each of us was born into these bodies with a unique gift and personality. Don't we teach that spirit expresses itself through each one of us? And since this is true, there can be no mistakes. I am not a mistake. As Lady Gaga says, we are born this way. Straight, gay, white, black. We need to embrace all the beautiful diversity there is in this world. Turn away from the fear of differences and embrace those differences with love and curiosity. Ernest Holmes says, the mold of acceptance is the measure of our experience. The infinite fills all molds and forever flows into new and greater ones. Within us is the unborn possibility of a limitless experience. Ours is the privilege of giving birth to it. A friend of mine, Patrick Boyd, recently posted this comment on Facebook, and he basically took the words right out of my mouth. I did ask him for permission to use it. Lately, I have been thinking a lot about what pride means, especially when I read the comments under announcements for pride celebrations across the country. The animosity, the bitterness, the fear. It is disheartening. It is exhausting. It is a reminder of how much work we still have to do. This is an election year, and we are already hearing promises from elected officials who are more than willing to legislate my rights away and those of my LGBTQ+ brothers and sisters. For decades, this is me speaking, I have watched people tell me they love me and support me and can't imagine not having me in their lives. And then they walk into that voting booth and vote against me. May you never know what it feels like. May you never know what it feels like to have someone tell you they love you and support you, only to walk into a voting booth and cast a ballot for politicians who target your experience because they promise cheaper eggs or harsher immigration policies or the power to decide who you are allowed to love. Pride has always been about visibility, resilience, and a community. It is about choosing love over fear, connection over cruelty, and truth over convenience. This is the spirit I want to honor. Wherever you are, celebrate. Remember that diversity and multiculturalism are what makes this country unique. For those who cannot see that diversity is our greatness, I hope life gently shows them what a privilege it is to love and be loved. And even if they never understand, I still wish them peace and happiness, because we are the light when we choose to see the humanity in one another. Happy Pride, everybody.
Thank you, Gary. Your power talk is incredibly powerful. And you never know. Well, this song is perfect. Thank you, Reverend Stacy. A little Stevie Wonder for you.
Yeah.
Remember when I did this a couple weeks ago? Good morning, evening, friends. Here's your friendly announcer. I have serious news to pass on to everybody. What I'm about to say could mean the world's disaster, could change your joy and laughter into tears and pain, because love's in need of love today. Don't delay, send yours in right away. Hate's going round, breaking many hearts. Stop it, please, before it's gone too far. Yes. The force of evil plans to make you its possession, and it will if we let it destroy everybody. What we must take is precautionary measures. And you treasure, and you hear me when I say, yeah. Powerhouse. Thank you for singing that.
Perfect song.
My favorite song.
Great song.
And I remember when you first sang it, I think it was when we were locked down, right? I think so,
Could have been.
right?
I think so.
And it still applies.
Yep.
Okay,
Crazy.
we're still working on it, still praying on it. Thank you, Gary, for that authenticity and that powerful power talk. It was perfect, absolutely perfect. And yeah, we got some work to do. But let's lift each other up right now, okay? Let's do that. I think we can do that. And Kathy, wherever you are, beautiful, beautiful centering and prayer. So thank you, Kathy. We miss you. So the talk today is about walking each other home. And every time I think of walking each other home, and I say this all the time, I think of BJ. I think it was BJ's celebration of life. And it was a picture, it wasn't BJ and Don. For those of you that don't know BJ and Don, it's okay that you remember here and they passed away. But, and it was a picture like of caricature, a cartoon like of them holding hands and walking each other home. And I think about that all the time and about how it is our job, I think, to love each other and walk each other home. Because we're all going wherever we're going, right? It is our job, not just me as a minister, but each of our job is to do that. And what an honor and a privilege it is to be able to be that individualized expression of that one power and presence, which I call God, which made me and it made each of us. And so we all get to walk our walk and talk our talk differently. And yet, it comes from a place of love. Isn't that cool? Actually, when I think of that picture of BJ and Don, or that moment of them holding hands, or the caricature of them holding hands, I think about middle school. And I think about how not loving middle school was when you walk together. You know, you're getting off the bus, and all of those that live in one community, you get off together. And I just had this flashback of just the obnoxious little boys, that being obnoxious little 12-year-old, 13-year-old boys, just, all the stuff they say, all the stuff they do, and all the, just, TPing houses and all of that stuff that goes on in middle school. And I'm thinking, yeah, I'm walking home with them too. They're walking with me and I'm walking with them. So them too, right? So I just had that image in my head. But we're made for loving one another. We're made for loving one another. And life doesn't always feel like a journey, but it is kind of a journey, right? You have different segments of your life, and some people, you have one segment that you're walking along with, and then, you move on, and you may move to a different place, or just those people that are with you maybe aren't for you anymore, and so you separate or whatever, and you find a new group. Don't we always find a new group? We're not left hanging, right? Because there's something that is meant for us to learn from our new people that we walk with, which is so cool, so cool. And some people walk with you for a reason, some for a season, and some for a lifetime. And what a blessing that is. So thanks, Reverend Cheryl. I guess you're still in the season stage. I've been friends way longer than you. So we shall see. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I don't know what you said, but I'm sure it wasn't nice. So every person who comes into our life changes us in some way. Every single person. Some teach us through joy. Some teach us through challenges. But all of them become a part of our journey. Which raises a question. What if our purpose isn't simply to get somewhere? What if our purpose is to learn how to love while we're traveling together? That would make those videos that we showed, we wouldn't have to show that any longer. What if our purpose is to learn how to love while we're traveling together? Even the obnoxious little 12 and 13-year-old boys that were being 12 and 13. We learned to live together, and I wouldn't say loved it,
And it was all okay. They get to be 12 and 13, and so did I. And we all walked away through and graduated from there, and I got to move on to a different school. But there were 14 and 15-year-old boys doing the same thing. So the question I asked last week was, what is love? And I gave you this, the definition. Kim gave you, actually, practitioner Kim gave you the definition of Ernest Holmes. And then I said, well, that doesn't really fit us necessarily. It doesn't not fit us, but it just doesn't kind of roll off the tongue. And so, have you thought about what is love to you? And I went looking through definitions, and I found this book that we read on Healing Words Book Club called All About Love. Some of you will remember it, and it's by Bell Hooks. And the word love gets used so often that sometimes we forget to ask what it means. And we can probably tell what it feels like, but we're not always able to express through words what it means. In All About Love, Bell Hooks offers a definition that has become one of the most quoted and respected definitions of love. I wish I would have known that. Would have saved me a lot of time. So the word love is most often defined as a noun, as Reverend Cheryl has told you that before, but we would all be better if we used it as a verb. Love is the will to extend oneself. This is the definition that Bell Hooks gives. Love is the will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. I'll read it again. Love is the will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. We do that in here, don't we? Right? And I'm sure that most of us, many of us, do that outside of these doors, don't we? But I thought it was a good definition, and obviously other people did too. A couple of other things out of Bell Hooks' book, and it's a great book. No, we don't have it in the bookstore, sorry. Yeah, thank you. What was them? It wasn't a I didn't make that up, okay. All right. So Bell Hooks said, I feel our nation's turning away. This is why this is important and struck me. I feel our nation's turning away from love as intensely as I felt love's abandonment in my girlhood. That's what Bell Hooks says. Turning away, we risk moving into a wilderness of spirit so intense we may never find our way home again. I write of love to bear witness both to the danger in this movement and to call for a return to love. Redeemed and restored, love returns us to the promise of everlasting life. When we love, we can let our hearts speak. That's in the preface. A couple more quotes, I think. Okay. Wrong page, sorry. Thank you, Yvonne, for printing my notes too. I was in, as the will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing, no, got that. Sorry, hold on. Wait for it, wait for it. We are often taught we have no control over our feelings. Yet most of us accept that we choose our actions. That's why it's important to actually use love as a verb. Most of us accept that we choose our actions, that intention and will inform what we do. We also accept that our actions have consequences. So we are often taught we have no control over our feelings. Yet most of us accept that we choose our actions, that intention and will inform what we do. We also accept that our actions have consequences. That's why it's important to use love as a verb. It's something that we choose. Last quote. Love is as love does. We are loving when we openly and honestly express care, affection, responsibility, respect, commitment, and trust. Yes? Yes. Yeah. So notice that love is not defined as a feeling. Love is an intention. It's an action. It's a commitment to growth. according to this definition, love is not simply saying, I care about you. Love is asking, how can I support your becoming? How can I help you remember your worth? How can I encourage your growth? How can I help you become more fully yourself? And perhaps just as importantly, how can I do that for myself? Those are all things that we kind of get to in classes. It's important stuff because we are walking each other home. Now, one of the greatest spiritual growth stories is, I would say, The Wizard of Oz. Dorothy and the Yellow Brick Road, one of the greatest stories of spiritual growth, if you think about it. Dorothy thinks she's trying to get home. Along the way, she meets 3 companions. The Scarecrow, who believes he lacks intelligence, the Tin Man, who believes he lacks a heart, the Cowardly Lion, who believes he lacks courage. Every one of them thinks something essential is missing. Isn't that a little bit of all of us? Don't we all kind of think that there's something missing? We often live from the belief that something is missing. If I had more confidence, if I had more love, if I had more wisdom, I'd be whole. Now, in this teaching, we teach that we are whole, perfect, and complete. And yet, each of us, I'm just going to go out there and be bold and say, each of us thinks at some point in time or another that we're missing something. Don't we? Is that the truth of us? No. But the beauty of the story is that none of those characters are missing what they seek. And they show us in the movie, they show us that, right? The Scarecrow continually demonstrates wisdom. The lion continually demonstrates courage. And the journey is not about getting something. The journey is about discovering what has always been there. That is one of the central teachings of Science of Mind. Spirit is always present. It's already present. Wholeness is already present. Love is already present. Our task is to awaken it. To awaken ourselves up to that which we feel that is missing. And when we notice that, it's ours to do something about that. Why they needed each other. The Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Lion. This is what's the most beautiful part. None of them discover their gifts by themselves. They discover them through relationship, through friendship, through companionship, through being seen. The Scarecrow learns he is wise because others experience his wisdom. The Lion learns he has courage because others witness his courage. And the Tin Man learns he has heart because others experience his compassion. They literally walk each other home. That is what spiritual community does. That's why we're all here together, and the importance of this is it's just such a great feeling and experience to be in this together with people who are on the same page, who know the importance of community. Sometimes another person sees our light before we can. I watch it in classes all the time. Sometimes another person believes in us before we believed in ourselves. Sometimes another person reminds us of the truth when we've forgotten it. That's love. Ernest Holmes and love. Ernest Holmes wrote in this thing called You, love is the self-givingness of spirit. That was the definition that doesn't roll off the tongue, but I guess it does. But think about that. The love is spirit giving of itself. Every act of kindness, every act of compassion, every act of forgiveness, every act of encouragement, spirit is expressing itself. Love is not something that we manufacture. Love is something we allow, that we open our hearts to, and we allow it to flow through us. And then we express that. The divine already loves through us. The question is whether we are willing to let it. The end of the story, they had the ruby slippers. Dorothy discovers she possessed the power to return home all alone. The ruby slippers were already on her feet. Shocker. What a great metaphor. So what we seek most deeply is already present within us. The peace, the belonging, the love, the connection to God. Yet we often need companions who help us remember. So thank you, companions. People who, people who encourage us, challenge us, support us, and love us. People who walk beside us until we can see for ourselves what has been true all along. That was cute over there. I just saw that. So perhaps the purpose of life is not simply achievement or gathering things. Perhaps it's not accumulating more. Perhaps it's not even getting somewhere. Perhaps we're here for something much simpler and much more profound. To love. To nurture our own spiritual growth, to nurture the spiritual growth of others, to remind one another of our courage, our wisdom, our compassion, and our connection to the divine, to walk together, even when we don't want to walk together. To encourage one another, to realize that things aren't always grand for everybody on that other side of the coin. On the spiritual side, everything's great. But on the other side, things can be a little rough. Every person you meet this week is on their yellow brick road. And if we meet them, they're on ours. Isn't that cool? And you may be exactly the companion they need for the next part of their journey. Or the other way around. They're perfect for you. As bell hooks remind us, love is nurturing spiritual growth. As Ernest Holmes reminds us, love is a self-givingness of spirit. And as Rumi reminds us, we are all just walking each other home. And so it is.
I was just informed that it is their 52nd wedding anniversary. Please happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. All right. Happy anniversary, guys. That's so beautiful. 52 years. And that talk was quite incredible. Thank you. I feel like you have done this, everything that you spoke about, you did that for me for the past, I don't know, 11, 12 years. So, so beautiful. You walked me home all those times. Ah. Okay. Sure, I'll sing you home. This is a beautiful song right from that movie. Done in a different way. That I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow skies, I'm blue. That you dare to dream really do come true. find me. Someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, yes, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow skies are with and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I?
That's why we call her Powerhouse Maddie. Yeah, didn't that remind you of Robbie LeBlanc? The guitar part? Yes. Well, it's a race. They like beat me up here, the ushers. I know. This is our opportunity to exercise that part of love that is giving, that givingness of love. If you would please take your gift in your hand and say the affirmation on the screen with us. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And what I know about each and every gift and each and every tithe is that it comes from the heart. The heart. And the heart is what LVCSL is all about. And I'm so grateful for each and every gift. And for whatever reason, if you believe you're not able to give a gift, I want you to put a thought of your own abundance in that basket, because it is the truth of who you are. And so it is. So it is.
I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so, with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, it is
well, the announcements today are that practitioner Gary Alimo, you can share his wisdom on Saturday, this coming Saturday from 1 to 3, because he's hosting a spiritual living circle on Zoom. And so the group discusses the Science of Mind magazine articles, and when you sign up, you get a 6 months free digital subscription. So you can sign up on the happenings table back there. Reverend Stacy has a couple of great announcements that she's going to talk to us about. The first is a class that is fabulous that's coming up this week.
Not that one.
Not that one.
Not that one. There you go. So starting this Tuesday at, I said the afternoon, but we had something else going on, so I might move it to morning. So we have a class called Journey of the Soul. The book is Magic of the Soul by Reverend Patrick Harpula. It is a great class. I won't say there's no reading and no homework, because that's not the truth. However, it is not a lot of reading and homework, and it is all about you, and it is a fantastic class. It's for the summer. A lot of meditation and just going within and being still and just remembering who each of us is. If you are wanting to take that class, you are welcome to do so. The cost is $165. If you need some help with that or find that a little challenging, let me know and we'll see what we can do. I would love to have you there. It's June 16th through July 21st. And it says 12:30 to 3. We might go earlier, so depends on who I have. I just have 2 people right now, so if I don't get enough people to have a class, I will probably cancel it. So please let me know today if you're interested. And we have, coming up June 27th, we have a health and wellness fair. Some of you, anybody come last year? Not very many of you, but a couple of you I know were there. And I know Gail brought a ton of people there. So we're gonna have a panel that's talking about, mostly about dementia. We have recognizing signs and symptoms. We have some speakers talk about the importance of nutrition and massage and those type of things. And so we're looking forward to having that. We also have that is sponsored by one of our board members. So looking forward to all of that. It should be a good, great, and grand day. So please come out. There should be a lot of information. A lot of us are seeing some of our family members and people and friends going through some difficult times as far as dementia goes and other health challenges. So come out and check out and see what you can learn. Thank you.
Thanks, Rev.
Thank you, Reverend Stacy. Reverend Dr. Stacy. Dr. Reverend Stacy. Doctor comes first, right?
No.
No, it comes second? Okay. Reverend Doctor. Okay, now I know. Okay, and also now next week, does everybody know what next Sunday is?
Father's Day.
Father's Day, and we are going to be having Father's Day at 10 a.m. with our Unity family. And so we're going to be joining forces at 10, and the speaker is going to be there. What we used to know him as was Reverend Jim Lee. He goes about Azon. Wonderful speaker. So put on your calendars, 10 a.m. next week for Father's Day. The Healing Words Book Club is reading Ella, a novel by Diane Richards, and will not meet on July 29th at 4 p.m. Will not meet?
Will.
Oh, it says will not meet on my announcements. Well, then when are we meeting? Okay, we'll meet on July 29th. I should have looked at that ahead of time. Okay, well, our Love Supply and Pantry is ongoing. So, of course, when you're shopping, just pick up a few, non-perishable items so we can add that to the pantry and let anyone know that's food insecure that we have food here for them. And then for prayer support, just send your prayer request to prayer at it's LasVegasCSL.org and/or call. I need to look at these announcements better before I get right the thing. I know, but I don't have it all memorized. Okay. Prayer support. The phone number is 702-524-7096. And of course, our bookstore is open today with lots of goodies, and Willard is ready over there to take your money and make things happen. And then, and of course, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and visit our website at LasVegasCSL.org. And let's have the most loving, wonderful journey today, our partners and neighbors and friends and those we don't know home. Okay, great.
LasVegasCSL.org. All right. I would love to ask our minister of prayer team to please surround the room. You know, and if you know any caregivers, you know, the concert is for them to get away and just to be in that musical space, and it's from 3 to 4 on the 27th, so just ask them to come, okay? It's free. As Stacy said, it's being sponsored. Please do not leave here with a heavy heart. Any one of these folks that you see standing around the room can pray with you, pray for you. You can leave a prayer in our God's pocket as well. And hey, I'm gonna ask Reverend Stacy to give us a closing prayer.
So if you would, please close or lower your eyes and just take a deep breath and let it go. So how happy and grateful I am to be here on this beautiful Sunday morning amongst my spiritual community, amongst friends and family, knowing that each of us is walking each other home, knowing that each of us are charged with the idea of not only walking one another home, but leaving these doors and finding a new face, a new friend, a new person that might need a little bit of help, might need a smile, might need to hear some laughter, might need some joy. And so I'm knowing that those people are abundant. There are plenty of them to go around. So each of us just goes out and we look for those that might need a smile. We look for those that might need a laugh. And we spread our joy, we spread our love, we spread our light, knowing that we gain more as we spread it. So I'm just grateful for each and every person here that always brings me love. How happy and grateful I am to be a part of this whole thing that's happening. And together we say, and so it is.
All right, let's stand and sing our peace song.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, loved ones all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me.
All right, repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
I know this in my mind.
I know this in my mind.
I feel it in my body.
I feel it in my body.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Have a great week, everyone.
Each and every moment, I remember who I am. I show up uniquely in the world in the way that only I can. I keep my thoughts clear, I create my own day. I know that there is power in every word I say.